Yo, welcome to the Secret World. This is one of the best. This is a very old MMO that, and I've played every MMO ever in existence, and I just wanted to give this game a quick shout out because I feel like it never got the praise that it deserves. It's literally one of my favorite all-time MMOs for many reasons. It's not a WoW clone. It's not a theme park clone MMO where it tries to appeal and copy every other game. It does so many things different and has so much ingenuity. And the story is amazing. Even the quests are amazing. Like, sure, there's some quests here and there that are whatever, but there's just the majority of the quests are so thought out. Some of them, they have different kind of quests where some of them are more of puzzle related quests, and some are more like riddle related quests, and some are just like combat, like kill quests, right? But like, just to give you an example, this game has a website. So there's a quest and it has a website. Like, you pick up a piece of paper in the game, right? And you examine it, and it has like a website written on the paper in the game. And the company legit made a real website outside of the game. So you literally have to open like Firefox or Google Chrome and look at that website. And it's a fake company and a website that they made outside of the game that you actually can grab information and clues from for that single quest line. Just to give you an example, like, they legit went out of their way to make a website outside of the game for a single quest, just so you can grab hints from that website. That's related, and it's a fake company and all that, but that's the links they went to for a single quest. I've never played a game that has put that much thought into a single quest and had you take those kind of steps in a single quest that wasn't so boring and just cookie cutter and like, so simple to figure out, right? Like, that's the kind of thinking the writers had behind this game when they were developing quests. It requires, some of the quests can be challenging, and I'm not talking about like the main storyline quests. You know, there's a lot of side quests that can be challenging and have puzzles and mysteries that you have to literally piece together and require thinking, and they don't just give you the answers or just tell you exactly where to go. And again, so this game is awesome. So let's take a look at the very beginning here. I made a character and I picked Illuminati, which is one of the factions you can pick because I think Illuminati is a badass faction. But here's a little bit of preview of the intro of the game. The Japanese government has stated that an unidentified radical political group released a biological, and you can tell by the intro that it's not your typical MMO. It's a little more in the adult age range because there is cussing and there is violence, and it's set in a real world scenario, meaning, you know, you don't have necessarily have no elves or fantasy aspect. It's a modern day setting.
You will see the end of days. You will see the dawning of a new age. To be a monarch or a beggar. To lose everything or to become a god. To stand with us or against us. The choice is yours. Remember this.
Be mindful of the voices.
Listen to the voices
They will
that whisper in your sleep.
You are with the chosen,
with
but
the
you
chosen,
must choose for
But you
yourself.
must make the right choices.
You are cursed with free
You
will.
are cursed with free will. We are here to guide you to the light.
It's not my place to intervene, but then this,
Even if this is merely a dream.
Make the right
Make
choices.
the right choices. And be mindful of the voices that whisper.
They corrupt.
They speak the truth.
I mean, you can already tell that this MMO is, just by the intro here, that this MMO is different from 99% of other MMOs out there. Just the setting alone, the fact that you can pick like the Templars, right? Or you can pick Illuminati, or you can pick the Dragons. Those are the three factions you can pick, and they're all completely, totally different and have their own agendas. So I picked Illuminati, where they're literally about power, sex and drugs and rock and roll, basically. And you start off in New York City if you pick Illuminati. But there's nothing cookie cutter about this game. So many new paths were created, so many new ingenious ideas. Nothing really copied, nothing really stolen. It was all original and an experience you can only get in this game, which is why I always find myself coming back to play this game. Now, you don't want Secret World Legends, okay? Secret World Legends, they revamped the game and dumbed it down and made it cookie cutter and basically ruined everything, which made the original game, the original MMO, the best, right? So you don't want Secret World Legends. You can still play the original to this day, and I'll explain how.
Somebody's been bad. I approve. Mind if I come in? Time is ticking, so I'll cut straight to the chase. I work in talent acquisition, specializing in a highly unconventional sector for a very particular client. And they're particularly interested in your kind of talent. Fucking stuff up, putting it back together, altering the fabric of space and time, basic thaumaturgy. My client is only interested in the best of the best. That's where I come in. Your talent is raw, but it's obvious. My client has the means to refine that talent and make the most of what you've got, and I'm not talking about money. Well, not just money. Protection, power, the best parties in the biz. We're prepared to give you a unique opportunity, a chance to prove you've got what it takes to hang with the big boys and girls, to rule the world. It's up to you to grab that opportunity by the balls. Based on what I've seen so far, you might be what I'm looking for, or you might end up dead. Time will tell. Tick tock. You have an appointment tomorrow in Brooklyn that I'd recommend you keep. There's no address. Consider this the commencement of your official interview. Find us.
Oh god,
I'll find you.
I missed this
My
game.
client has eyes everywhere. Don't be stupid.
It's just so original. So original. I mean, if you're like I am and you've played every other MMO and basically want to be WoW clones and theme park MMOs ever, playing this game is just so refreshing. Because it doesn't feel like any other MMO in existence, period. And it's sad because this game is so awesome, but I think where FunCom truly messed up is the fact that they didn't promote this game well. Because I've been a gamer for all of my life, and again, I've played every single MMO in existence. And yeah, so right now we're basically looking for a lead to our meeting. I don't want this video to be super long, but I do want to show at least like the introductory or whatever, like some of the introductory stuff.
No. Too much visibility on the street. They're listening. They're always listening. That's why I keep the dryers running 24/7. They bug my phones, read my mail. They have this place on CCTV. Replace my girlfriend with an android. The Illuminati. I know you know. And they know I know. You know? Oh, you're wondering why they haven't disappeared me. Shut down my magazine? It's because I play smart. I play along. It's a game to them.
I'm going to skip through some of this stuff because, again, I don't want to ruin the whole gameplay experience, but I want you to, like, see enough. But again, I did pick the Illuminati, so this is how the Illuminati starting off goes. And again, this is a really old MMO. And again, they give you things like this in quests, right? It's not so obvious. They give you things like this, where they have certain little, sometimes things like this might be meaningful or might be clues and things like that to your quests. I'm trying to remember how we get downstairs. It's been a long time since I've revisited this game. So this is find more surveillance equipment. And the little blue icon moved over here. But yeah, I think where FunCom really messed up with this game, because it was an excellent game, and when it had a player base, I think there was two problems. One is the player base was never really huge, because their advertising for the game and pushing for the game and advertising campaign and launch campaigns and things like that were really bad. Again, and this is a real world game, so I don't know how to bring up the skill trees right now, but the weapons are like shotguns, like assault rifles, dual pistols, dual swords, hammer, it's like sledgehammer, right? So follow the Illuminati markings. So we're basically going to follow some of these Illuminati markings right here. Again, this is the type of stuff, it's not like cookie cutter or not guiding you on everything and having a giant arrow just pointing you everywhere, right? You got to look for some of these things. And you have to remember, this game was ahead of its time, man. This game is like, I don't know, came out over 10 years ago. And it already had full voice acting and all that kind of stuff, right? Which at that time was pretty impressive. And I just think they didn't market it well. Because every other gamer I know and every other MMO gamer I know, when I would hit them up and be like, hey, have you tried Secret World? Have you played Secret World? They were always like, no, I never even heard of that game. Like, what is that game? I've never even heard of it. Never seen an ad for it. Never seen anything. So I'm following these markers here. Follow the Illuminati symbols. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's not good.
You know the drill. Run them through due diligence.
I'm on it. Please, no head trauma.
Someone ping Cassini to shut that fucking alarm off.
Say, have you ever seen a person void themselves from exposure to pink noise?
Get these two freaks out of here.
I think we found the Illuminati headquarters, or at least a base of operations.
Hi. Have you ever seen a psychiatrist or taken psychedelic drugs? Whoa, don't freak out. You got a lot of narcosynthetics in your system to fast track the rapport process. So make yourself comfortable before you lose motor function in your arms and legs. Is it safe? No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm a researcher. An experimental researcher.
Zern, my schedule is triple booked, so get started 10 minutes ago.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Geary. Management.
Still here.
Shit. Knew that. Wow. Illuminati. Always there. Okay.
Again, I'm going to skip some of this stuff so I don't ruin the full experience for you the first time. And I kind of want to get to at least the first part of the game, so you can see that without this video being an hour.
Kaiden Cho, everything. From the park to Arachi Tower. SDF quarantine. Good news for Tokyo, bad news for us.
I thought the dragons thrived on chaos.
Someone once told me the Illuminati had all the answers.
Oh, okay, I forgot about this part. So basically this sends you back in time a little bit, and you got to do this intro quest. That gives you a lot of backstory about the 3 factions of the Illuminati and the Dragons and the Templars. But without spoiling too much, so I'm not going to play through this part after all. I was going to play to you basically get to your first city. So like your first zone, right? Like any typical MMO game, you arrive at your first zone and you're going to spend like the beginning of your game in that zone, leveling up and doing quests and doing the main storyline and all that, right? I wanted to show some of that at least, but I forgot about this part, so that's going to take too long. But so I'm just going to end the video here. But what I will say is that if you download the original Secret World, again, you do not want to play Secret World Legends. Secret World Legends, they revamped the whole game and make it totally cookie cutter and like theme park MMO style. And that just kind of killed it for me because it changed the whole way you build your character. It changed the depths of the way you can customize your build and just ruined it. Because before you had total freedom, you had a skill wheel where you can be like, I want to put some points in shotguns, but I want to put some points in claws. And claws were one of the ways to be a healer, a melee healer. So like you could totally customize and build your own insane build. And it was awesome because there was no limit to how you wanted to build your character. So it's one of those games to where there is no classes. What you can do and the abilities you have are based off the weapons you have equipped and the way you built your skill wheel, excuse me. And I don't think I can bring that up per se yet because I haven't got that far. But you basically have a skill wheel, and you put your points however you want and build your character however you want with no restrictions. And when they made the new version, Secret World Legends, they really dumbed that down and made you pick a class instead and took away all those freedoms. So that really ruined the game for me, to be honest, because one of my favorite things about this game is that it was original and had that amount of customizations, and it wasn't like every game, right? Like, so you can't find games like this anymore. But I guarantee you, do yourself a favor, download the original Secret World installer, make a FunCom account, log in, play the game, and at least give it a chance to get out of the first zone, the first leveling zone. It's basically a town that has an infestation. That's all I will say about that. But at least do that town, the first leveling zone, and go through the stories and go through the quests, and then make your own opinion. But I will promise you that it's going to be like no other MMO you played, and it will definitely be worth your time. I'll put a link to download the installer of the game in the description of the video. But I highly recommend this game. And even in YouTube, if you Google this video, it's like most of the content you're going to see is people playing the game, you know, like what's Secret World like in 2023 or what's Secret World like in 2024, but they're playing Secret World Legends. And to me, that is just a watered down version that cookie cuttered the game and ruined it for a lot of people because the player base literally like cut in half when they decided to make that switch. So like if you're an old school gamer and you ever played Star Wars Galaxies, what they did to Star Wars Galaxy when they released like that big combat update and made it to where everyone could be a Jedi and there was classes and all that, that's kind of like what happened with this game, and it kind of ruined it. So you can still play the original version. You just gotta download the original launcher, and it's 100% free. Give it a try, and I guarantee you it will be like different than any other MMO you've ever played, and I guarantee you you will not regret it. So I'm just going to end that video here, and I want to promote this because I feel like it was never promoted correctly. It was never advertised correctly. The launch campaign just wasn't, the budget wasn't there for the advertising and whatnot, and I feel like if so many people actually played this game, and you have to remember now, it's like over 10 years old now. So keep that in mind too. Even though it still has full voice acting and all that, over 10 years ago, that kind of stuff like was way ahead of its time. So yeah, just give it a shot. Again, I've played just about every other MMO, and I've played every MMO in existence, and they're all just boring, endless grinding, same repetitive stuff. You don't have to use your brain. You can autopilot. You can auto do just about everything. And this game is very forward thinking and has original thinking, and it's just amazing. So give it a try. I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. This is the only game I find myself going back to, you know, over the years and playing again. There is a downside. I'm not going to say there's all roses and unicorns, because the game has been old and had that switch over to Steam where they made Secret World Legends instead of the original game. Like I said, it lost a majority of its player base. And being an MMO, obviously, having a player base is really important, right? But even if you just play this game with a friend or solo, you can still get really deep in the game and do a lot of stuff. There is end game content that you would probably need to team up for or need a team, but just playing through the story mode of the game, like the campaign, whatever you want to call it, just the main story quest, like the MSQ, if you want to refer to like Final Fantasy 14 or something's lingo, right? It will not disappoint. You will have a lot of fun learning as you learn all the stuff about this world and what happened and what caused it and all these cool things. But 10 of 10 would recommend, and I feel like there's not even enough videos on YouTube about this game, because again, it's just not talked about, and it's really a damn shame. So yep, give it a try. At least play through the first leveling zone. I forget the name of the city, but you'll know. You basically show up at a city and it's being under siege, like with monsters, aka zombies and whatnot, zombie apocalypse style. And at least play through that first leveling zone and complete that first area, and then make your opinion. But I guarantee you, you probably will not regret it. So check it out. I'm going to put a link to the original installer. Again, I cannot say enough that you don't want to play Secret World Legends, which is the version that's on Steam and whatnot. You want to play the original Secret World game. If you want a truly unique experience and not a watered down cookie cutter theme park MMO experience like every other game has tried to do, right? So check it out. I'll put the link in the description. Have any questions, hit me up. Have any issues getting the game to work for whatever reason, hit me up. I'll be more than happy to help you get started. But I don't want to spoil the game because it's really good. So check it out. Later.